Chosen one, take a moment right now to quiet every distraction, because this message isn't just another random encounter. You are here by divine appointment, and something extraordinary is on the horizon. You felt it stirring deep within. That unmistakable sense that a major shift is underway, one that lifts you out of the ordinary and ushers you into something far beyond your wildest dreams. Today, you're not simply moving forward. You're preparing to board a first-class flight straight into God's VIP list. So fasten your seatbelt, because the journey that awaits you will defy logic and exceed every expectation. Before we embark, I'm inviting you to do 3 simple yet powerful things. First, hit that like button, letting the universe know you're ready to embrace this message. Second, subscribe so we can keep building this community of awakened souls. Lastly, leave a comment with the number 777. By doing so, you're aligning your energy with the frequency of divine acceleration, telling all of creation that you're ready to claim your spot on God's VIP list. Don't underestimate these small steps. Each one is a symbolic act of faith. Just as a single spark can start a massive fire, so can a single action set the stage for miraculous breakthroughs. When you engage with this invitation, you broadcast a signal to heaven that you are receptive, expectant, and boldly prepared for the shift about to unfold in your life. Now let's talk about why this specific moment is so crucial. You may have sensed that recent weeks or months have been setting you up for something far bigger than you imagined. Perhaps you've experienced setbacks that tested your resolve, or maybe you've had unexpected blessings that confirmed you're on the verge of a monumental breakthrough. One thing is certain: you can feel the energy building. It's as if the cosmos itself is rearranging events, people, and opportunities to line up perfectly for you. If your spirit has been in a state of hopeful anticipation, get ready to see your faith rewarded. When you step into God's VIP list, you're not just participating in another chapter of life. You're embarking on a new dimension of purpose, abundance, and influence. But let's address the question you may be silently asking. What does it mean to be on God's VIP list? Think of it like a backstage pass to the grand performance of destiny. You won't be stuck behind the scenes, unseen and unappreciated. Instead, you'll be thrust into the spotlight where every latent gift, every hidden talent, and every divine promise over your life begins to manifest in vivid detail. Being on God's VIP list means your journey accelerates. Closed doors open, impossible situations shift, and what once seemed unattainable becomes easily accessible. This invitation is your signal that you're special, set apart, and chosen to fulfill a mission that only you can complete. Once you say yes, every step you take becomes charged with purpose, and you realize that no obstacle can stand in the way of a soul that's been elevated by the hand of the divine. Now, don't be surprised if you find that this transition brings a fair share of turbulence. When you fasten your seatbelt, it's not just for show, it's for stability as you ascend. Ascension can be thrilling, but it can also shake loose anything that doesn't belong. Old habits, limiting beliefs, and negative influences may fall away. Certain people might distance themselves because they don't understand your growth or can't keep pace with your new altitude. Please remember that these shifts are not rejections, but realignments. Those who can't see the vision God placed in you may fade into the background, and that's okay. You are being groomed for a destiny that fits you and calls for a circle of people who will celebrate your rise rather than contest it. With every passing day, you'll notice signs that confirm you're on the right path. Synchronicities will pop up. Perhaps you'll see repeating numbers, encounter timely words of encouragement, or find yourself in the perfect place at the perfect time. These are not random coincidences, they're divine winks, like gentle nods from heaven saying, "Yes, keep going, I'm with you." Listen to those signs. The more you acknowledge them, the more often they appear. This is how you and the universe begin to dance in harmony, each step guided by a rhythm of purpose that only your spirit truly understands. Remember, The stronger your faith, the clearer these signs become. Eventually they will feel as natural as breathing. One hallmark of moving into God's VIP list is realizing how deeply and intricately you are loved. Imagine the most lavish banquet prepared just for you, a table overflowing with everything you need and more. That's the kind of abundant care the divine has orchestrated on your behalf. Yet this abundance isn't merely material wealth. It's a peace that surpasses understanding, a joy that anchors your soul through any storm, and relationships that reflect the highest level of mutual respect and love. When you truly grasp this, you'll begin to see yourself as heaven sees you, worthy, powerful, and fully capable of handling the blessings that are about to pour into your life. If you've been wrestling with doubt, wondering whether you really deserve to be singled out for such favor, let me assure you, you do. That hesitation you feel is only the echo of past disappointments, not a prophetic statement about your future. The difference now is that you're stepping into a realm where those old echoes no longer hold weight. Remember that no storm can overshadow the sun when it rises at dawn. Your sun is rising, chosen one. Each day you move closer to God's perfect plan for you, and soon enough, those doubts will dissolve under the radiance of your breakthrough. Embrace the notion that you're destined for more than a mundane existence. You're destined for influence, impact, and legacy. When God signs your name on his VIP list, it's a cosmic affirmation that your life is not just about you. It's also about everyone who will be touched by your testimony.
As you stand on the cusp of this monumental change, let's delve deeper into how you can prepare. First and foremost, guard your mind. A VIP lifestyle begins with VIP thinking. What does that mean? It means rejecting the constant barrage of negativity, gossip, and limiting beliefs that the world tries to force upon you. Feed your spirit with words of faith. Surround yourself with people who uplift you and engage in activities that nurture your growth. Your thoughts are seeds, and what you plant in the fertile ground of your mind will eventually shape your reality. Choose your mental diet wisely. Let hope, gratitude, and confidence be your steady companions.
Next, be ready to obey the subtle nudges the divine places on your heart. Obedience might seem like a heavy word, but in reality, it's freedom. When God whispers a direction, be it starting a new project, stepping out of your comfort zone, or even resting when you'd rather be hustling, he does so because he sees the entire map, while you hold only a single puzzle piece. Trust that guidance. The path may seem winding and illogical from your perspective, but from a heavenly vantage point, every twist and turn is part of a meticulously crafted story. Often, true progress doesn't look like constant forward motion. Sometimes it involves pausing, recalibrating, or even taking a step back to gain momentum. Surrender to that process, knowing that each move is orchestrated for your ultimate growth. As you move in faith, expect the miraculous. Being on God's VIP list means miracles become part of your normal routine, not an occasional fluke. These miracles might appear in the form of financial provision when you least expect it, solutions to problems that baffled you for years, or timely meetings with people who become instrumental in fulfilling your destiny. Stay alert for these blessings, but remember that miracles rarely arrive in a predictable package. They can be as grand as a sudden healing or as subtle as a gentle reassurance that soothes your anxiety. Miracles may even show up in the form of doors that close in your face, protecting you from paths that would derail your journey. Embrace them all. Gratitude is the key to amplifying their frequency. To fully embrace God's VIP invitation, you must be willing to let go of what no longer aligns with the new level you're entering. Think of it like shedding old skin so you can grow stronger. Whether it's a fear-based mindset, unhealthy relationships, or outdated career paths, these weights cannot accompany you where you're going. Letting them go can be bittersweet, but remember the promise: no eye has seen, no ear has heard, and no mind has conceived what God has prepared for those who love him. Trust that by releasing the old, you make space for new opportunities, new alliances, and fresh anointing. Sometimes the hardest part is summoning the courage to walk through unfamiliar doors. You may have found security in the comfort of the known, even if it was far less than you deserved. But God's VIP list isn't about settling. It's about stepping into your full potential. That might require you to do something that scares you, to stand up and speak when your heart is pounding, to move to a city you've never been, or to finally publish that book that has lived in your mind for years. Take comfort in knowing that if God is calling you, He will equip you. Your responsibility is to take that leap, trusting that wings will appear or a net will catch you. Faith is not a concept, it's an action. When you act in faith, you unleash a chain reaction of supernatural events on your behalf. This moment, as you read these words, is more than just inspiration. It's an invitation to deepen your commitment to your destiny. If you haven't already, remember to like this video, subscribe, and comment 777. By doing so, you're staking a claim that you're ready to walk into a new season of favor and influence. Each step you take in faith, even the small ones, has a ripple effect you can't see yet. You never know which action will tip the scales from waiting to receiving. By engaging with this message, you're signaling the universe and all of heaven that your heart is wide open to divine possibilities. That willingness alone can shift the atmosphere around you. You may wonder if receiving such a profound blessing means an absence of trials. The answer is no. You'll face mountains, storms, maybe even deserts of uncertainty. But the difference lies in how you'll traverse them. When you're on God's VIP list, you'll find resources to conquer battles that once seemed insurmountable. Mountains will bow before you as you stand in the assurance that you are not walking alone. Storms will refine you, not destroy you. Deserts will become places of revelation where you discover unknown strengths. These challenges don't vanish. They simply become launching pads for your faith to soar higher. In every test, you'll see glimpses of divine support. And as you pass each test, you'll graduate to higher levels of authority and blessing. Your identity as a chosen one sets you apart, but it also unites you with others on similar journeys. You're not alone. Many are awakening to their purpose, stepping onto that VIP list and collectively raising the vibration of the world. Look for these like-minded souls. They may already be in your life, or you might meet them serendipitously. Together, you can accomplish far more than you ever could alone. Community is crucial because there will be days when you feel uncertain or weak, and those are the moments a single uplifting word can reignite your flame. Choose to be that uplifting voice for others too. God's VIP list isn't a competition, it's a collective celebration of destiny. As you fulfill your calling, you empower others to do the same. Let's also talk about the concept of alignment. When you're on God's VIP list, alignment becomes your compass. You'll notice that you feel unsettled whenever you drift from your purpose. Activities that once felt enjoyable may lose their spark if they no longer serve your higher calling. Conversely, you'll experience an unmistakable sense of peace and confirmation whenever you step toward your destiny. That's the Holy Spirit's gentle nudge, reminding you that your path is sacred. Learn to recognize this internal guidance. The more you tune in, the clearer it becomes. Allow alignment to direct your choices, from the big life decisions to the seemingly trivial daily actions. Even in mundane tasks, if your heart is aligned with divine purpose, you'll find meaning and fulfillment. You might be bracing yourself for sacrifice, and in truth, stepping into greatness often demands letting go of lesser things. But let me assure you, the exchange is always in your favor. What you're called to release pales in comparison to what's on the other side. Every sacrifice, every tear, every moment of confusion will be repaid many times over by the expansion and elevation that come with living in the fullness of your destiny. So, if you find yourself at a crossroads, remember that God's VIP list is not a path of lack, but one of abundant life. Choose to see beyond the immediate cost and envision the long-term reward. Keep your eyes fixed on the horizon of promise, not the valley you might be walking through. In this new season, your voice will carry weight that surprises even you. Perhaps you used to shy away from sharing your ideas or your story, but now is the time to speak up. The world needs your unique perspective. Someone out there is waiting for the wisdom you've gained through your experiences, the comfort you bring through your compassion, or the spark of innovation that your imagination ignites. If the fear of judgment or rejection tries to silence you, remind yourself that you're no longer living under man's approval. Your validation comes from a higher realm. Your assignment is to let your voice be an instrument of change, whether in your community, your online platforms, or even in personal relationships. Speak truth with love and watch how hearts open and circumstances shift. While you prepare for the future, don't forget the power of gratitude in the present moment. Gratitude opens doors that complaining keeps shut. When you find reasons to be thankful each day, you create an atmosphere where blessings multiply. Even the simplest expressions of thanks, like appreciating a small breakthrough or acknowledging the lesson in a tough situation, can pivot your energy from stagnation to anticipation. Gratitude is the language of abundance, and as you speak it fluently, you'll see evidence of favor emerging in every corner of your life. This practice is especially potent when you feel stuck or discouraged. Instead of magnifying the problem, magnify your blessings. Soon enough, the problem shrinks in comparison to the overwhelming evidence of good all around you. Know too that you are worthy of rest and restoration. Being on God's VIP list doesn't mean working yourself into exhaustion. Even in the midst of divine assignments, God offers moments of refreshing for your soul. Don't fall into the trap of believing you have to grind non-stop to validate your calling. Rest is not laziness, it's strategic. In quiet moments, insights surface, creativity flourishes, and your spirit aligns more deeply with the divine. Cherish the gift of rest as part of your journey. It's in those pockets of stillness that you'll often hear the clearest instructions for your next move. As you progress, you'll notice an expansion of your influence, something you might not be used to if you've spent your life in the background. But stepping out of the shadows is all part of the VIP journey. Your light was never meant to be hidden. Prepare for people to be drawn to you, to ask for your guidance, or even to challenge you. Whether the response is support or skepticism, stay firm in your identity. You're not here to please everyone. You're here to walk faithfully in the path laid out for you. Even negative feedback can be transformed into growth if you handle it with grace and discernment. Keep an open mind, but never compromise your authenticity. Every day is another chance to deepen your connection with the divine. Make space for prayer or meditation, whichever resonates with your spirit, because communion with God is your lifeline. In those quiet conversations, you'll find clarity and reassurance. You'll also begin to see yourself in a new light, as someone entrusted with a sacred mission, someone who carries a lineage of faith and favor. When storms rage, prayer is your anchor. When blessings abound, prayer is your gratitude. It's the continuous thread that stitches your daily life to the eternal realm of possibility. And it's that realm you're tapping into by stepping onto this VIP list, where each day becomes a canvas for divine expression. Now let's return one final time to that simple but mighty call to action. If you haven't yet, please like this message, subscribe to stay connected, and comment 777. Think of this as your official RSVP to the invitation God is placing in your hand. By responding, you're saying, yes, I'm ready to step into my season of elevation. Yes, I'm ready to take that seat in God's VIP section. Yes, I'm willing to embrace the growth, the challenges, and the abundant blessings waiting for me. This might be the very moment that propels you from a stagnant chapter into a whirlwind of progress and fulfillment. Allow your faith to move from a quiet murmur to a roaring declaration that you are here, chosen, and unstoppable. Chosen one, can you feel the atmosphere shifting around you? That's the sound of your spirit waking up to limitless possibility. The world is about to see an elevated version of you, one who's no longer bound by past limitations. If doubt still lingers, recall how far you've already come. You are not the person you were a year ago, a month ago, or even yesterday. Each second, you're evolving into a more refined vessel, ready to carry the blessings assigned to you. Imagine the ripple effects when you fully stand in your power, families restored, communities uplifted, and destinies changed. Yes, your impact can be that significant. Fasten your seatbelt, because the rocket of your destiny is about to launch, and it's aimed straight for the extraordinary. Visualize it, you, strapped in, heart pounding with anticipation, eyes fixed on the horizon. The countdown has begun, and every fiber of your being knows something monumental is about to happen. When the time is right, the thrusters of divine favor will ignite. You'll soar to heights you once only dreamt of, carrying with you the hopes and prayers of those who came before you and those who look to you for inspiration. This is your stage, your runway, and your departure point into a future that surpasses human logic but aligns perfectly with God's promise. People might ask how you got here, how you transitioned from obscurity to center stage. Your answer will be simple. I listened, I believed, I surrendered. There's a miraculous simplicity in that. When you come into agreement with heaven's plan, you shift from fighting for scraps to gracefully receiving seat upgrades on life's journey. The remarkable part is, there's no limit to how many can join this VIP list. It's not reserved for the elite in worldly terms, but for those who choose faith over fear, action over apathy, and surrender over control. By stepping into your assignment, you indirectly give others permission to do the same, creating a domino effect of awakened souls. The more you rise, the more you elevate those around you, illuminating the path they once found dark and confusing. In times of doubt, recall the truths revealed in your spirit today. Let them be a lamp guiding your feet. When you reach a milestone, celebrate it with gratitude, but understand it's only a stepping stone to greater victories. God's VIP list is not a one-time event. It's a lifestyle of constant renewal and ascension. Each victory positions you for the next challenge, and each challenge, when faced with faith, unlocks a deeper level of authority. Imagine living like that, perpetually expanding in wisdom, influence, and spiritual wealth. It's not a pipe dream. It's the reality being offered to you. All it takes is the courage to say yes. No matter where you find yourself right now, in a place of heartbreak, uncertainty, or a phase of quiet but steady growth, realize that you stand at the doorway of transformation. One step forward can shift everything. One choice to trust, rather than fear, can launch you from the back row to the front lines of your destiny. Remember that God's invitation is always extended, but it's up to you to respond. Let your heart be the pen that signs your name on this VIP list, sealing your commitment to the journey ahead. When you do, you'll discover that your ordinary moments were always pregnant with extraordinary potential. Finally, let your spirit settle on this truth. You are worthy, you are chosen, and you are stepping into a divine realm where your every breath, thought, and action can be imbued with purpose. Breathe deeply. Feel the excitement tingling in your veins. Recognize that from this day forward, life will not be the same, because you've decided to embrace your place on God's VIP list. Welcome the blessings, the lessons, and the growth that accompany such an honor. You have a seat of prominence waiting for you, a spotlight that shines not out of vanity, but out of a calling to impact the world in profound ways. This is your time to stand up, fasten that seatbelt, and take off into realms yet undiscovered. And as you embark, know that all of heaven stands behind you, cheering you on, guiding your steps, and ensuring that every part of your journey brings you closer to the destiny you've been prepared for since the beginning of time.